Good morning, students. Good morning, everyone. Once again, welcome to the online teaching that has been going on in this great Little Econ school. All right, this morning you're hearing the voice of Uncle Jude, and we'll be doing mathematics for grade 5. And we're still maintaining our topic that says notation and place value. Notation and place value. Under it, we'll be looking at the idea of a million. From the beginning of this topic, notation of place value, we'll be looking at different ideas. We'll look at the idea of 10,000, we'll look at the idea of 1,000, idea of 100, and today we'll be looking at the idea of a million. So far so good, we are also trying to tell you how these figures come about. Idea of 100, the idea of 1,000, idea of 10,000, and today we're looking at the idea of what? 1 million. Now there's a diagram here. This diagram represents a book. This diagram represents a book that has several pages. I would like to make you understand that each page of this book contains small squares. You can see there are small squares in this book here. There are different squares here, and each of these squares you have here, each of the squares here have other small squares inside it. Don't forget we're looking at the idea of a million. Each of the squares you see here has other small squares inside it. Have other small squares inside it. Now, one page of this book is equal to what? 10,000 small squares. One page of this book is equal to what? 10,000 small squares. In other words, the one page of this book has 10,000 small squares. Now, 10 pages of this book as well has 100,000 small squares. How do you get the 100,000 small squares? It's simple. If one page has 10,000 small squares, then 10 pages should have 100,000 small squares. Let's look at how we come about this 100,000 small squares. We say one page has 10,000 pages. You put out your 10,000. This is 10,000. That is for one page. Now we're looking at how we got 100,000. We said 10 pages has 100,000 small squares. Now, one page, which is 10,000 small squares, times 10 pages, times 10 pages, times 10, times 10. Now let's calculate. 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 0, 0, 0 times 0, 0, 0 times another 0, 0, 0 times 1 is what? 0. Now 1 times 0 is what? 0. Another 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 0 again 0, 1 times 1, 1. Then the next thing we do our addition, which is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0, another 0 plus 0, 0, then we have 1 left. So you can see how we come about 10,000. You can see how we come about 100,000 small squares. So 10 pages is equal to what? 100,000 small squares. 10 pages is equal to what? 100,000 small squares. Now, if 10 pages is 100,000 small squares, then how many small squares will you have in 100 pages? How many small squares will you have in 100 pages? Don't forget, one page has what? 10,000 small squares. One page has 10,000 small squares. Don't forget that. One page has 10,000 small squares. Now we are asked, how many small squares do we have in 100 pages? How many small squares are we going to get in 100 pages? Let's see how we do that. Don't forget, one page is what? 10,000 small squares. Now we are looking for 100 pages. How many small squares are we going to get? Let's look at it. 100 pages. You write your 100. 100. You see, 10,000 times 100. Now let's see how it goes. 0 times 0 is equal to what? 0. 0 times 0 again is what? 0. This 0 times 0 here is equal to 0. 0 times 0 again is what? 0. 0 times 1 is what? 0. We go to the next 0 we have here. 0 times 0 gives us another what? 0. 0 times 0 again gives us another 0. 0 times 0 gives us 0. 0 times 0 gives us 0. 0 times 1 gives us what? 0. Now we'll come to this one. 1 times 0, don't forget, the first 0 you start from the right hand side to write your answer. When you get to the second 0, you start the same position where the second 0 is and put your answer. Now we have come to the third number, which is 1. Our answer to start from the same position where 1 is. So 1 times 0 is equal to what? 0. 1 times 0 again is equal to 0. 1 times 0 is equal to what? 0. 1 times 0 again is equal to what? 0. 1 times 1 is equal to 1. Now we have finished our multiplication of 10,000 times 100. Now what we have to do next is to what? Add our answer together. Now 0 plus 0 here, you bring down 0. 0 plus 0, you put 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0 gives you what? 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0 gives you another what? 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0 again gives you what? 0. 0 plus 0 gives you 0. Then we have 1 left. You put it down. Are you seeing that? So now our answer is showing that we have 1 million pages. So in other words, 100 pages gives us what? 1 million small squares. 100 pages is equal to what? 1 million small squares. Are you seeing that? 1 million small squares. How do you write your 1 million? 1 million has 6 zeros. 1 million has 6 zeros. You should either leave a space after every 3 zeros or you put comma after 3 zeros. Let's look at our answer here. We have 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see I left a space here. I can as well put comma there to separate it. 1 million has what? 6 zeros. So you have to understand it. 1, 2, 3, you put your comma, and the next 3 zero comes up. So that is just it. So this is just a very brief example of the idea of what? A million. In a quick summary, 1 page is equal to what? 10,000 small squares. 10 pages gives us what? 100,000 small squares. Now 100 pages of this book gives us what? 1 million small squares. This is the calculation. This is how we did it. So look closely to your book. I'm drawing my teaching in our normal, usual mathematics textbook. Page 5. Page 5. Page 5. Now there's an exercise for you to do. Very simple one. There's an exercise for you to do. You just add up all the numbers and put in the blank that is provided for you. As well, you have a sketch here. Also follow it the way it is. It's very simple. Then in our next class, we'll be looking at the idea of a billion. We'll be looking at the idea of a billion. Thank you very much for listening.